Hi, my name's Stan Schofield and I'm with OA Centers for Orthopedics, a division of Spectrum Medical Group. And I'm here to talk to you today a little bit about the workout that we've devised for you to prepare your body for that big trek across Maine. Today's workout is a variety of different exercises that's a total body workout. And everything in here is pretty well described as it relates to the exercise as well as the number of sets and number of reps that you should do for each one. Probably the most common question I get when working out is, how much weight should I use? And that really varies from person to person depending on your training history and how strong you are, or if you've even lifted weights in the past. Really, that's going to be totally up to you. You know, the general rule is, hey, you can start with body weight if you haven't done anything, or start with, I always say, err on the side of caution and use a lighter weight to begin with, and then you'll gradually get an idea of what works for you as it relates to what weight you should use. By the end of it, it should have like a moderate level of struggle for you to complete that 9th or 10th rep in the exercise. As with anything, technique is very, very important as it relates to not only having good performance with the exercise, as well as, you know, trying to prevent injury from occurring.
Goblet reverse lunge, you want to start holding the dumbbell goblet style. Hold the top of the dumbbell. Standing tall, lunge all the way back, tap your back knee to the ground, back tall. You want to do one full side before you start the other side. Still holding the dumbbell goblet style. You want your feet hip width apart. You want to squat all the way down, keeping your back flat, and all the way back up, squeezing your butt at the top. Split squat position, you want to make it so when you're at the bottom, you're in a half kneeling position, knee underneath your hip, come back to the top and back down. Start in a half kneeling position, holding the dumbbell goblet style, come off the ground so your knee is about 2 inches off the ground, and just hold that position for about 10 to 20 seconds and then switch legs. With anything front foot elevated, you only want to be elevated 2 to 3 inches on a sturdy surface. You want to hold the dumbbell goblet style. Reverse lunge all the way back till the knee touches the ground, then back to the top. Same positioning as the split squat normal, but this time your front foot is elevated 2 to 3 inches and you just go down and back up. With dumbbell Romanian deadlift, you want 2 dumbbells in front of you. You want your feet hip width apart. You want to stick your butt back, chest up, till the dumbbells reach just below your knees. You should feel it in your hamstrings and your butt, not your back, and come back to the top, squeeze your butt. Back down, and back up, nice and slow. With a stability ball leg curl, you want to get your feet up on the ball, elevate your hips so they're off the ground, curl your legs in, hold, and then back out as slow as possible, and repeat. With this exercise, it's best done with a partner. If you don't have a partner, you can stick your feet underneath the dumbbell rack as long as it's sturdy to hold yourself. You want to keep your upper body nice and straight, fall as slow as possible, hands to your chest. So when you do fall, you can absorb it and push yourself back up. So the pull through is a very similar exercise as the Romanian deadlift movement-wise. You're going to bend at the hips, bend the knees slightly, butt back. You're going to start by grabbing the rope, coming out a few steps, stand tall, come back as far as you can, keeping that back nice and flat, and then at the top, squeezing your glutes. With a dumbbell chest press, you want 2 dumbbells, feet firmly on the ground, laying on your back. Start with the dumbbells at your chest, bring them to the top. This is where the first rep starts. You want to go all the way down to your chest, and then back to the top. Do not do half reps, those do not count. You'll get it much stronger if you go all the way down and all the way back up. Incline chest press, very similar to the normal dumbbell chest press where you have your feet firmly on the ground. You lean back, having the bench at no more than a 45-degree angle, preferably 35. Starting with the dumbbells at the top. You want to go all the way down to the chest and back up. Alternate chest press, same setup as the chest press, except this time you leave one arm up while one dumbbell comes all the way down and back up, alternating sides. With a floor press, you want to lay flat on the ground, keeping your back against the ground, legs straight. You want to come all the way down till your elbows rest on the ground and then back up. Make sure that you come to a complete stop on the ground and then all the way back up. With a push-up, we'll start with the don'ts. We do not want to see your hips sagging, and you don't want to see your elbows out. You want your hands directly underneath your chest, toes dug in the ground. If you have to do them from your knees, go ahead. If you have to keep a neutral back, but preferably toes in the ground, pushing all the way back up, all the way back down, and up, keeping your elbows tucked to your side. Dumbbell single arm push press. You want to start with the dumbbell at your shoulder level, get a slight squat in the knees, and then explode up. Lock the elbow out, back down, small squat, explode up. Dumbbell one arm row. You want knee on the bench, hand on the bench, keep that back nice and flat. Grab a dumbbell, row all the way up, squeeze your shoulder blade, back down. All the way up and back down. With bat wing holds, they can be done with either kettlebell or dumbbell. You want to lay flat on the bench, grab the kettlebells or dumbbells, bring them up, squeeze your shoulder blades together, hold that for 20 to 30 seconds, rest, and do it again. So with a chin up, when you do a chin up, you want to grab the bar, bring your feet out from underneath you so you're at a full hang, and then pull yourself all the way over the bar so your chin's over the bar all the way back down. I'll give you an example. You want your hands about shoulder width apart, legs off the ground, over the bar, back down, and back up. With a chin up hold, if you can do a chin up, I want you to pull yourself all the way over the bar and hold yourself there for about 10 seconds, and then go down and back up and repeat. If you need assistance and can jump over up to the bar, that's fine. But preferably, I want you to start from a full hang, do a chin up, hold up here for 10 seconds, back down, and back up. 2 to 3 times holding for 10 seconds. So negatives, if you need assistance getting up to the bar again, that's fine. With negatives, you want to get to the top and you want to go down as slow as possible for about 5 seconds. So if you can do a chin up, do a chin up, and then go down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, till the elbows lock out. That is 1 full rep. All right, lat pull downs are a great variation for those of you that can't do chin ups. You're gonna grab the handles of a machine, get on both knees. You wanna pull the handles all the way down below your chin and back up until your arms are straight and back down. Single arm lat pull down, very similar to the regular lat pull down. The only difference is you'll be on one knee. Whatever arm you're using is the knee that you're gonna be on. So since I'm using my right arm, I'll be half kneeling on my right knee, keeping my back flat. I don't wanna see any arching to pull it down. Keep that flat. Pull the handle all the way below your chin, back up and back down. With an alternating lat pull down, you wanna be on both knees again. Start with both handles below your chin, and then one at a time, up, back down, alternating sides. With a half kneeling high to low row, you want to start with the arm up, okay, and you want the handle to be pulling at about a 45-degree angle. Again, since I'm using my right arm, I'm going to be on my right knee. I'm just going to pull it towards my chest and back up. With a core press, you're going to be to the side of the machine. You're going to be about hip width apart, knees bent slightly. You're going to press this all the way out and back in, nice and slow. If you're doing it correctly, you should feel it in your core. So with a crosswalk, you want to be in the push-up position. Like I said before, nice flat back, butt up, squeeze the butt if you have to. You will cross your hands, open up your feet. You want to limit the amount of hip motion that you have. You want to keep that hip nice and tight, and you should feel it in the core while you do this. With a V-sit shake, you want to grab a small med ball or a small dumbbell. You want to lean back, bring your feet up, put them as straight as possible, back off the ground, and then you just want to shake the ball back and forth for about 30 seconds. Stability ball plank, you want to grab a stability ball. Rest your forearms on the stability ball. You can bring your hands together if you want. Feet together, kind of like a push-up position. You want to keep your chest off the ball, squeeze your butt, and just hold the plank position. The most common mistake we see with this is people resting on the ball. Do not rest your chest on the ball. Bring your forearms up and hold. Same positioning as a stability ball plank. This time, you want to saw back and forth with your forearms. As far out as you can, keeping that core tight and not letting your hips sag. Stability ball circles, you want to be in the same position as the plank again. This time, going in circles with your fists around your head, 10 to 12 to the right, and 10 to 12 to the left. With shoulder taps, you want to be in a good push-up position. With these, the closer your feet are, the harder the exercise is going to be. So if you're struggling and your feet are really close and you find your hips moving back and forth, widen your base, hands underneath your chest, tapping your shoulders nice and slow, making sure those hips don't move too much.